The Hempfield swim team has historically been a great swimming program. Going into league finals, the team was trying to continue this success.
I spoke with first-year head coach Casey Lear about his team before they went to league playoffs.
I posed a challenge to them. You know, last year we were coming off a fairly rocky year. It was a rougher year. And I told them this year, like, you know, different style of training, different attitude, different atmosphere on the team. If we can create a newer Hempfield, then we can do really well. And the challenge going into this week, and we're seeded to do, is I want to place first, second, or third. You know, Hempfield, Warwick Township have historically been those big three when it comes to swimming, and they still are. The Township and the Warwick are the two teams that we're competing with right now, sort of on their level. And our boys certainly rose to that, second in section this year, which is great. We beat Warwick, lost to Township, so Township's first. We're going to come for them at leagues. Same with the girls. Girls unfortunately lost to both Manheim Township and Warwick, so they were third in the section this year, but they're seeded to get second at the league meets. But overall, I would say my expectation was to create a new environment, an athletic environment, you know, an edge of competitiveness is really what I wanted, was to, you know, to compete, because it is a varsity sport, and that's part of it, is learning how to compete, you know, getting the discipline to train to compete, the desire to win. And my other expectation, my challenge for them was, let's perform really well this year, and so far they've exceeded every expectation I've had. I could not be happier with them. From last year to this year, this is a completely new Hempfield team. You know, I go home on the bus from every meet, I leave every practice just thinking to myself, wow, we are doing such a good job. We are right where we need to be. We are better than where we need to be to make Hempfield this amazing swimming school like we were. We've got a really deep historic past of being this fantastic school, and getting us back there is something we're on the fast track to do.
The swimmers have had to put in countless hours in order to be successful.
So, I mean, they're here every day for 2 hours and they swim, and it's, you know, if you've never swam before, it's way harder than it looks. They sacrifice other events, they sacrifice weekends for our Friday, Saturday invitationals. Thursday nights, Tuesday nights, they're up competing. In the off season, a lot of them do still train with a club program or with a summer league, so it's truly a year-round thing for most of them, and some of them are dual sport athletes, but you know, it's a grueling thing, and it's a lot of effort.
One swimmer is sophomore Kieran George.
I mean, it's everything. You want to try and give your all at practice every day. It's 2 hours a day, 5 times a week. It takes effort and a lot of focus. I'll take like a 2 or 3 week break after districts, but I do club swimming, which is year round, so I'll jump right back into it and just stay in shape, really.
Going into leagues, Coach Lear had big expectations for his team.
I would love to swim better than we're seeded. So they sent out like places, tentative places based off of times already. So we've all gotten to see that. They kind of know where they're seated place-wise. I'd love to do better than that. Right now, if we score exactly where we're seated, girls will be second, boys will be fourth. I think the boys can do way better than that, and I think we're going to do way better than that. And I want the girls to hold on and get that second place finish. Warwick is a tough team right now, but they lose almost 60% of their team next year. So hold on for second this year, aim for first next year. That's really the goal there.
The girls did exactly that, finishing second with many impressive performances, including senior Ella Root, who finished first in the 100-yard breast. Unfortunately, the boys did not find as much success.
We still had solid performances, but other teams had better placements, so they got more points, and we ended up fourth for boys.
A notable performance came from sophomore Jack Root, who finished third in the 50-yard free and fourth in the 100-yard free. The team might not have finished the season exactly as they wanted, but they all agree that great memories were made along the way. For Kieran, it was going the hot Z with his teammates after meets. For Coach Lear, it was a little deeper.
We went to our Warwick meet, and it was one of our last meets of the season. We went into this meet thinking we could come away with 2 second-place finishes this year. That meet was great, don't get me wrong, but that wouldn't be my favorite part. That meet was wonderful. They swam their hearts out. There were some excellent races. They competed really well. The boys came away with second. The girls, unfortunately, couldn't pull it out. Third, like I said earlier. But I think my favorite memory from the season so far is the bus ride home from that meet, because I just remember looking at all of them on the bus and just thinking of how proud I was, because I did. Like I said, I had a goal in mind. I had an idea of what I wanted this team to be, and that was the night I realized that they had done it. And that's my favorite memory from the season, is just looking at all of them, and even though the girls lost and boys won, they were both equally happy on the way back, as they should have been, because they did it. They rose to the super hard challenge I gave them at the start of the season. So,
along with meeting this challenge, multiple swimmers qualified for districts and will be competing in March. After that, the team will look towards next season, where they'll continue to develop the new Hempfield swimming team. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Josiah Pletcher.